Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing this cornrow, this pencil banana feeding cornrow for kids. This is a cute style for kids. This style will come with a coily end. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. We'll start by prepping the attachment. Then we will be sectioning out the hair into 2 equal parts from the center to the back, after which you will bring out the corner that you are going to do braiding for in front. You will braid this place, this part of the hair front. You start from you braid it front, as in it will be dropping in the front. Then the 2 sections that you sectioned out, you pack one side of it and start with one. Then at the center of that half section, you cut out another one. You braid single braid that you're going to braid inside at the middle of it. If you want the hair to be fuller, you can braid more than one regular boss braid inside there. So you just put your attachment and do the regular boss braid. So you braid it down to somewhere depending on the length, but you will not braid it to the end because you need to coil the end. So we'll be braiding it halfway to the length we want the hair to, or where we want the coils to start, and you drop that part. You don't need to tie it, just drop it that way. The next thing you do is to start cutting out the hair that you want to cornrow now, feeding cornrow. It depends on the size you're also going to, but this one is going to be small but not too small. So when you cut out the one that you're going to cornrow, the cutting, the sectioning will have to meet with the boss braid that you braided at the center. That's the cornrow. When you finish braiding it, you have to make it in a way that it will meet the single cornrow that was done at the middle. Then you start your feeding, and you have to use tiny, in fact you can see that the attachment is almost counted. You can start with 2 pieces of attachment and be adding 2 pieces because this part of her hair, there is no much hair. So if you add too much attachments, the hair will not be pencil and it will be too thick that it will start pulling out her hair. So you'll be feeding in the attachment small. It is best to have someone assist you with this when you're making this hair, to be giving you the attachment, so you can be able to tell the person the quantity of attachments you want. So as you're feeding in the attachment, you remember the way we did our knotless braid, the way we do feeding. You can also section out the whole attachment that you use for one single one on your lap or on a chair around, so that you'll be taking it from there if you don't have anyone to assist you with giving you the attachment. But the hair will be faster if you have someone that will be giving you attachment. So as you braid on, as you continue to feed in, once you're getting upper and upper, you can start increasing the size of attachment you're feeding in. You can start to increase the size of it that you are feeding into the hair. You feed it just the way we do our knotless, but you feed in knotless, but this is also the same way you feed in.
There is a place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face.
So you continue to feed in the cornrow as you go up. When you get to the end, when you meet the single boss braid that you did at the center of that half part, you now start braiding it down. And if you notice that the body of the braid, like when you started doing braiding the down part, you continue to feed in as you braid it down to make the thickness of the body to be the same thing with the cornrow if you understand what I mean. So you braid it down, but remember we are not braiding it to the end because we are going to be coiling the end. I will show you guys from a different angle so that you will be able to understand what I'm doing. But if you're watching my hand, you know that this feeding braid, you will understand how the thing is going. So we do it in a different angle right now. This is at the almost middle of the hair. You cut out the one there you're going to be feeding cornrowing. Then you start again by weaving the hair instead of adding attachment at the beginning of the hair. This is what will help the baby not to shed hair when the baby lose the hair, because if the hair is thick at the beginning, it is going to make that part of the hair scrape. So you weave the hair like 2 to 3 or 4 coaches, then you start feeding in the attachment. And remember, you have to feed in gradually. It is not going to be feeding in like big one. You'll be feeding it small and increase the quantity of attach you're feeding into the cornrow as you go on. When the hair is almost at the middle, like you're going about ending the hair, that particular one you're cornrolling, you keep increasing the attachment. You can see the way the attachment is being increased. So how you do the feeding is when you pick the attachment, you feed it and use your that's the smallest finger to hold one, and you use your index finger of your left hand to hold the next one while you weave the hair. Just the way, when you're watching the video, you know that it's self-explanatory. Remember, someone has to be there to make it faster with the feeding in cornrow that you're doing. So when you get the attachment, you bring it, you place it on the hair, you use your left index finger to grab the other one with the particular hair you're holding in that finger, and use the smaller to hold the other leg. You can see the way it is as you're weaving. You pick it up just like that, the way we do the knotless braid. But knotless braid that I did it on backward. I did it I feed in from under, but this one you feed in from up because it is a cornrow. So that's how you do this one. Just watch the video. I'll try to make it as close as possible so that you will be able to get a closer look of the feeding braid and how it is done.
There's a place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face. I can't hold on, I can't remain so strong. We have the same old bond, but everything is wrong. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can make it on my own. When I'm alone, my love is gone. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can make it on my own. When I'm alone,
This style is perfect for any occasion, for festive periods, for celebrations, even for back to school hairstyle. You can see the mouth of the hair that is not braided all through just because of the coiling. You know, this our style is going to be coily at the tips of the hair. You can braid it down. So this is the back of the hair. When you want to do the feeding the back of the hair, the baby has to be putting her face on your body for you to for the hair to be done. It can't be done while the baby is there. It won't be very flat and neat if the baby is not standing and is not lying with face down. Except your baby is disturbing, that's when you can stop. You can just decide to stand up, but it won't be very neat and fine. So the best position is for the baby to face down on your body while you do the normal feeding cornrow that you're doing. So at the back, you will feed in upward instead of you feed in from down to up to make sure it is also meeting at that boss braid, that single boss braid that we did from the first hair that we did, the single boss braid that we did, so that all the weaving that you're weaving will meet at that point where you did that single or double boss braid that you're doing. So you have to weave it up so that it will meet at that particular point, then before you continue with the other section of the hair. So if you want a more sleeker, or you prefer, you can add gel to this hair before you start weaving. You can add any gel of your choice that will help to slick the hair down. But in this hair, we are not using gel for this hair because this is back to school hair. And remember, if you want to style the hair, like you want to design the front of the hair, the way you part the hair before you weave will determine this design that will come out with the hair. If you want it to be bent, if you want it to be like a C curve, you have to cut the hair or part the hair that you want to weave in a C curve and follow that direction while you weave the hair. We decided to style the front by giving it a little design at the other side. This is the other side of the hair. We are giving it a little design, so it will have a different design from the other side I've already finished weaving. So watch the video so you can enjoy the rest of the video. Then I'll come back to explain to you the third stage of this hair later. So at the front, the two hair that we cut at the front, you are going to be doing the feeding. You feed it into the front so that the hair, when you finish, it will be dropping at the front instead of going backward or upward. You can see the way it is done. You just feed it in front so that the hair will drop at the front. I know it's not long, so it will not take time to like feed in. After this part of the hair, then we'll go back to, you can see it on a slow motion so that you will understand. At this point, the baby is already getting tired, guys. Like, she's already tired. She's already tired of bending, changing hair position and all that. But you have to make sure your baby is comfortable so that she will be able to cooperate, because her cooperation matters most. When you're making this hair, if the baby does not cooperate, it won't be easy. So after that, we'll trim the whole hair that we have made down. You see the way the front is, it came front. Then the coiling, we'll use a wool or a thread. You just tie it at the end where you stop the braiding. Then you twirl the attachment, and like you want to do normal threading or stretching of threading, then you pull it upward to get that coil effect. You can see the way it is. So this is how you do it. You can take about the whole hair, or you can share the whole hair into two and do it. You can see the way it came out. This is how everything should be when you finish making. Then after that, we'll soak it in the hot water and dry it, and then we'll lose the coils and see what we have made so far. So guys, this is the end result of the hair that we have made. Then don't forget to trim the hair. Don't forget to trim. You need to trim it to make sure all the coils are equal. So this is like 2 days after we made that hair, but this is what the hair looks like. This is what the back looks like, and this is what the front looks like. Isn't it beautiful? So guys, that is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. My name is Chinoyelum if you don't know, and share this video if you can. Give it a thumbs up so it reaches more people, and we will see you in our next one. Thank you guys. I love you.